Week 7 is here in the NFL season, and this week I'm changing up the way I do my power rankings once again. Now I'm allowing you guys, my viewers, to give me some input on my power rankings. I'm going to put my email in the description. This week, you can send me a video or an audio recording talking about one team, whether you think they should go up, whether you think they should go down, whether maybe you think I was perfectly right. I had them in the exact right position. Just talk about one team. Let me know in the beginning of the audio message or the recording about what team you're picking, and then go through if they should go up, down, or if they're right where they should be. If you do send me a video, I'll only use the audio in next week's video. But you guys can send me your rankings, I guess, or your thoughts about my rankings. It would be, and I'll put you in the next video and I'll react to what you say about my week 7 rankings. All right, starting off with number 32, staying at the bottom of the league, is the Saints. There's rumors that they don't want to trade Kamara because he wants to stay. Sometimes you got to go against what your players want. You got to trade Alvin Kamara. Number 31 is the Titans, going back down a spot. They made a terrible move firing their head coach, just making it harder on Cam Ward. Number 31. Number 30 is the Ravens. Now, they're on a bye week this week. Lamar isn't healthy yet. Right when he gets healthy, probably for week 8, they'll move way back right up, Number 29 is the Bengals, moving up a couple spots just because Titans and Ravens had to move down. But this Joe Flacco move isn't great for the Bengals. I know Mike Tomlin was talking about how the Browns made a bad trade. That's a good trade for the Browns. They got rid of a washed Joe Flacco, who was never that amazing in his career anyway. Bengals at number 29. Number 28 is the Jets. They keep losing. They've had so many close games, but they keep losing. But there's still a lot of problems with this team. Justin Fields has been having a better year than what people thought he would. And the defense has had times where they've looked good. And they played pretty well against the Broncos this past week. But the offense was terrible, and they let the defense down. Number 28 for the Jets. Number 27 is the Browns, moving down 6 spots. Gabriel played a lot worse than I thought he would. He threw 52 passes and couldn't throw a touchdown. I saw a video today. It was top 9, top 6, whatever it was, worst passes of the week, and they just put up a compilation. They have a few honorable mentions. It ended up being 10 Dylan Gabriel passes. And when you have 50 passes, that's going to happen, but he had some really bad misses, especially on touchdown passes. It might be time for Shador to come in. This team needs a spark. They need a player like Baker Mayfield who has the energy and the confidence to create a spark in this team. Stefanski isn't doing it. Gabriel isn't doing it. Someone needs to step up. It might have to be Shador later on in this season. But I'm not giving up on Dylan Gabriel just yet. I will let you know if I ever give up on him. Number 27 for the Browns. Number 26 is the Dolphins, moving up a couple spots. Tua turned the ball over. He can't get them any higher on this list. But please keep Mike McDaniels. All right, number 25 is the Cardinals, moving down 5 spots. They are pretty bad. I mean, unfortunately, I'm born in Arizona, but this team just finds a way to lose every week. Number 25 for the Cardinals. Number 24 is the Raiders. Geno Smith keeps on doing Geno Smith things. Number 24. Number 23 is the Vikings, coming off their bye week. They stay right where they are. Wentz or McCarthy, who is going to step up for the Vikings this year? Obviously, McCarthy's going to be the starter when he comes back. But which one of them is going to get the Vikings some wins this year? Because the defense is ready for it. Number 22 is the Steelers. People are going to have, I haven't watched any power rankings yet for this week, but I know people are going to have the Steelers in the top 10 because Tom Brady had them in their top 10 a couple weeks ago. They got a couple more wins now. They're 4-1. Guys, stop focusing so much on records. This Steelers team is nowhere near a top 10 team. Their defense isn't that great. Aaron Rodgers will show you in time that he is not one of the top quarterbacks in the league. And the rest of the offense isn't too special. Do not get so hyped up and put so much belief in the Steelers team. They are not a top 10 team. Let's look at their opponents this season. They started out with the Jets. The Jets have no wins this year. They won against the Jets. Okay. Then they lost to the Seahawks, a good team. Then they played the Patriots before the Patriots started getting onto a roll. They got a W. Doesn't really move me at all. Then they beat the Vikings, who had, Sam Darnold in. And once again, like I said, the Vikings need better quarterback play. Then they played the Browns, who I just had the Browns at number 27. I had them a little higher last week. I had them at number 21, but still, bottom, 12 teams in the league. So they have not played any real contenders except for the Seahawks, and they lost to the Seahawks. They played the Patriots, but that's before the Patriots were starting to play good. So please do not put so much hope in the Steelers. This is reminding me of when the Steelers won like 15 games or something, maybe 2018 around that year. Maybe it was 2020. You know what? I think it was 2020. And this team was way worse than that team. And that team got spanked by the Browns first week of the playoffs. So this Steelers team, they might win the division. Honestly, they really might win the division. It's going to depend on those late matchups with the Ravens. But now with the Browns being so bad, that's another easy win. With the Bengals not having Joe Burrow, that's some wins that they should have. So this Steelers team might just win the division, but they're not a top 10 team and they're not close to it. Number 21 is the Panthers, moving up 6 spots. They got to keep playing Dowdle. He should be their number 1 now. I mean, he until he stops playing like this, you got to put him in as their number 1. Number 20 is the Cowboys, going down 2 spots. That defense continues to fail Dak and that flying offense. CeeDee Lamb comes back, should be coming back next week. The offense is going to keep playing awesome. Dak keeps playing so much better than I thought he would this year. And I'm happy because I got him on my fantasy this year. But Dak is playing so well, but the defense continues to fail the Cowboys. Here in Dallas, people are not very happy. Number 19 is the Giants, moving up 5 spots. Very fun to watch. Exciting to watch. You love to see it. I had the Giants moving up this year when I did my predictions. But Jackson Dart, can you please start sliding? Please. I mean, you already went to the medical tent. You come out. You're still not sliding. They need to get on him like the Dolphins had to get on Tua. He needs to start sliding. But the Giants are very exciting this year. Number 18 is the Texans, moving down 2 spots in their bye week. Unfortunately, some other teams had to go up, so the Texans moved down. Number 17 is the Broncos, going down 6 spots. Now, they had a win over the Jets, but it should not have been that close and that dirty of a win versus the Jets. A very disappointing game, very disappointing win for the Broncos. The Broncos at number 17. Number 16 is the Patriots, going up three spots is the Patriots. Now, Mike Vrabel, what are you talking about? He's saying that the Patriots running backs are focusing too much on keeping the ball, and that's why the running game hasn't been as good. They're focusing on not fumbling. Well, if you didn't play Ramondre Stevenson so much and rush Ramondre Stevenson all the time, you wouldn't have that problem. Patriots at number 16, though, they've come off 2 great wins, 2 back-to-back wins, and they're finally now getting on a roll. I wouldn't say 2 great wins, actually, but they're still riding off that high of beating the Bills, so the Patriots are on a roll at number 16. Number 15 is the Colts, staying right where they are. Daniel Jones keeps playing well. He's not doing anything spectacular, but he's doing what he needs to do, and the rest of the team is obviously playing awesome. The Colts at number 15. Number 14 is the 49ers, moving down 4 spots. Fred Warner is out for the rest of the season. Unfortunately for the 49ers, too many injuries have happened. They can give up on their season now. It's just too much injury after injury after injury. Who knows when Christian McCaffrey will not be healthy anymore. I don't think he'll stay healthy the whole season. I don't want him to get injured, but that's just what we've seen from his career. So too many injuries for the 49ers this season. Unfortunately, they moved down to 14. They probably would have moved up if Fred Warner would have stayed healthy. Even in a loss, they would have moved up. Number 13 is the Chargers, going down a spot. They've had some injury problems as well this season. But even without the injuries, I think there's a lot of teams that are better than the Chargers. But that big one is losing Hampton. Number 12 is the Bears, going up 5 spots. Guys, are you guys getting on the Caleb Williams train now? A couple weeks ago, I said, I guess I'm a Caleb Williams supporter. And it's looking like I was one of the people who was right about Caleb. He continues to play a lot better than people think, he would. He's not playing at the level of like Dak that I mentioned this year, but he's playing a lot better than people expected. But not me. The Bears move up a lot. Big win over the Commanders. 11 is the Jaguars, moving down a couple spots. They lost versus the Seahawks, but they lost against a great team. This team is still catching their momentum. They're going to stay around this area for the rest of the season. And I still have them, I would say, winning their division. It's going to be close with the Colts, though. Number 10 is the Seahawks, moving up 3 spots past the Jaguars after they get a win over the Jaguars. Sam Darnold, He is showing out this year. He's got another top wide receiver connection this year with Njigba. I didn't know how Njigba's season was going to be this year because of Sam Darnold. I didn't know if I could put my trust in him. But Sam Darnold, it seems like he loves having that number one guy, and he feeds Njigba, and they pair really well together. The Seahawks team is very fun to watch. Seahawks number 10, making it into my top 10. Number 9 is the Bills, going down 5 spots. This Bills offense could not get anything going in that second half. They had so many chances to take control of that game, and they just couldn't. The Bills at number 9. Number 8 is the Falcons, moving up 6 spots. I was probably the highest person doing any power rank because I had the Falcons the highest last week. Everyone I saw had the Falcons around 20 or something. I had the Falcons at 14. They move up 6 spots. A big win for them, of course. Now, Penix, he had 2 interceptions that were dropped that should have been interceptions. Could have really changed the outcome of this game, but his defense kept playing well. But besides that, Penix did what he had to do to get the win, and Bijan obviously went off. Drake London went crazy. He almost had that amazing end of first half touchdown. But the Falcons are at number 8. Now, at number 7 is my Rams, going down 6 spots because Puka is out. It seems like it's not going to be for too long. Maybe I'm hearing 1, maybe 2 weeks, but it might be a little longer than that, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. At the time of this recording, I don't know yet, but I think I said it last week. When is Puka gonna get hurt? But what matters, and I think I said this as well, is will he be healthy for the postseason? Because the Rams are going to the postseason, and that's when they need their team to be healthy. This Rams team constantly deals with injuries. Puka constantly deals with injuries. We knew that was going to happen. But can he come back in time for the late season so they can get a little momentum going into the playoffs? If he didn't get injured, they would still be at my number 1 spot. Number 6 is the Packers, moving up 2 spots. This defense has not been what it was talked up to be. They need to start playing better. Packers at number 6. Number 5 is the Commanders, moving up a spot, even though they lost that game against the Bears. They moved up because the Rams moved down. Number 4 is the Lions, moving up 3 spots. They moved up a little bit because the Rams moved down, but also moved up 2 more spots. But they're at number 4, but it's not really like Lions at number 4. I'm so excited to have the Lions at number 4. It's more like all right, I guess they're better than these teams. I guess they have to be this high. When I watch the Lions, I'm like, they're talked about so highly, and I don't have that same excitement for them. Now, when I look around in the league, it seems like there's no team that is really set itself apart this season. It seems like there's so many teams that have been making mistakes and have injuries and have problems in certain areas. So there's no team this year at all that's really separating themselves. So the Lions are able to be at number 4, but I'm not as hyped about the Lions like other people are. Number 3 is the Eagles, and same thing with the Eagles. But for me, I am very quarterback heavy. So the Eagles and the Lions, both of them, I'm not too excited about either of them. But Jared Goff or Jalen Hurts, I'm taking Jalen Hurts every single time. And he puts the Eagles over the Lions. Now, on that second touchdown drive for the Eagles, they had 4 false starts in a row. I think it was one was on a passing play, and the other 3 were on the tush push. Maybe it was 2 on the tush push. And those tush push false starts have been talked about by the media a lot. But Lane Johnson had a clear, the most obvious false start that I've never seen called in my life. Lane Johnson had on that touchdown drive. It was 4 plays in a row to the touchdown. So it was like 4 plays before a touchdown, and he's way before the snap. Terrible missed call by the refs, probably on purpose. And it's not fun to watch the Eagles when they get all these false start calls. And I said last week that that loss might have been the start of the regular season downfall for the Eagles. Then they lose again this week, so it looks like I was right about that regular season downfall. And why I say regular season is because the Eagles have such a well-rounded, at least offense or defense isn't playing up to what we wanted to see them. But they have the receivers, they have the running back, and obviously they have the quarterback. It's hard to not pick them in a one-on-one, head-to-head, everything on the line game. But over this rest of this regular season, they have a very, very tough schedule. And like I said, I think this is the beginning of the Eagles' regular season downfall. I think they're going to be close to either barely making it in or missing the playoffs. I predicted them before the season going 9-8 and barely missing because the Commanders tie them and go in. But they're going to be very close, and if they do make it in, it will be hard to pick against them. But this Eagles team needs to really rebound because the receivers are complaining. They're losing games. Once again, it could be the start of the Eagles' regular season downfall. Number 2 is the Buccaneers, moving up 3 spots. Now, the Buccaneers, every team, you can talk about almost every team in the league, and they're like, oh, this team has injuries, so if this team wasn't injured, blah, 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 blah. A lot of teams have injuries. I don't know if any team has as many significant injuries like the Buccaneers do. Maybe the 49ers. 49ers and Buccaneers. But the Buccaneers still move up 3 spots. Baker still plays amazing, even though Mike Evans was out. Chris Godwin was out. Egbuka got injured in the game. Bucky Irving wasn't playing. And the Buccaneers still win the game against the Niners. Another injured team, like I said, maybe the two most worst and significant injuries. But Baker just keeps playing so well, doesn't let it hinder him at all. The Buccaneers get another win, and even with all these injuries, they move up 3 spots. They're so close to being my number 1 team. They're ahead of all the other teams clearly for me right now, but this team is clearly ahead of them, to be honest. You know what? I said the Buccaneers were close to number 1. They're close because they're at 2, but it's a little bit more than close. Not too far, but a little bit more than close from the number 1 team is the Chiefs. They got the win over the Lions. I already had them ranked above the Lions last week. I expected them to get a win over the Lions. Everyone threw out the Chiefs, maybe except for me and Nick Wright and the Chiefs fans threw out the Chiefs. But I kept the Chiefs up here. They go to my number 1 spot. And like I said earlier, there's no team in the league that I'm so excited about has set themselves way apart. I do think the Chiefs are definitely number 1 right now, but it's not like the Chiefs are this amazing team. They've shown mistakes all year. They've shown bad mentality all year. They've had big defensive errors, offensive errors. You have Chris Jones not trying on certain plays. You have Travis Kelce dropping passes. You have Travis Kelce throwing his helmet. You have all these things with the Chiefs, but yet Patrick Mahomes does not let anything stop him. I've been saying it for so long now. He's the number 1 quarterback in the league. Do not let anyone tell you different. It's like when Brady was younger and they would say, who's better, Brady, Rodgers, or Peyton? And then every year, people keep saying Peyton and Rodgers, but every year keeps getting a little closer and a little closer. And Brady was just getting a little farther ahead, a little farther ahead, a little farther ahead. And then it finally got to the point where if you said Aaron Rodgers was better than Brady, or if you said Peyton Manning was better than Brady, people would look at you like you're crazy. And that's probably how it's going to be with Mahomes. Every year, they're going to say Josh Allen's better. Oh, but Dak Prescott's having a better year this year. Oh, but Drake May. And every year, it's probably going to be a little closer, and eventually you're going to say, nobody's better than Patrick Mahomes. Do you even watch football? That's what people are going to start saying. But right now, they still doubt him so much. But he's still the number 1 quarterback in the league. I predicted that he was going to have an MVP level season, and he is. And the rest of the team still looks great as well too. Like I said, they've had a lot of errors and mistakes, but they look like once they really start gelling together, that they will be an all-around great team. The Chiefs defense, it maybe isn't as good as we've seen them over the past few years, but it's still a very good defense in this league. And now you have Rashee Rice coming back, so the offense is going to get even better. Worthy's healthy now, so big things for the Chiefs soon. Let's see if they can keep this number 1 spot. But once again, I'm allowing you to respond to my takes. Pick one team. Tell me if they should be higher, lower, if they're perfectly placed, why you think that. Send it to me as a video or audio recording to my email in the description. Once again, if you do send me the video, only the audio will be played in my next video. So thank you so much. Make sure you respond to my picks with how you would rank your team. Thank you so much for supporting the Sandbar Playbook. My name is Aidan Egizio. If you want to watch another video, you can click here. If you want to subscribe, you can click right here. So thank you so much. Make sure you comment what you thought, like, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time.